Well, I never thought I'd be filming a YouTube video again, so this is a little weird. If you're new here, my name is Lindsay. I stopped filming YouTube videos like a year and a half ago, and if you've watched me before, you know how big of a fucking deal this is. But basically, I am making this video to talk about lip injections. Again, for those who are new, you probably wouldn't suspect that I have lip injections. For those returning, you know that I do. I've been getting them for 3 years now, and the number one thing I get asked is, you know, how do they look so natural? How can I not tell that you have them? So I decided to sit down with my doctor when I went in the other day, and I had everybody ask me a whole bunch of questions. He answered the ones that were more in his field, obviously, and I'm going to answer the rest right now. I'm going to just dive right into those questions that I got, and then there's footage from me talking to Dr. Rivkin, who has been doing my lips for 3 years, and then at the end there is him just injecting so that you guys can see. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see right now, but I went yesterday. It's been about 24 hours since I got mine done. They're a little swollen. I don't know if anybody can tell, but I can definitely feel it. On my bottom lip, I can feel it like right under here. Like I can't bite my lip right now. Not that I would. And on the top, it's a little swollen under, but I didn't bruise this time, which is amazing. And yeah, first question I got was about side effects, and as far as I know, all I've dealt with is slight swelling and sometimes bruising. But even the bruising doesn't last that long. I've had a bruise, you know, like right here before. I got one on my bottom lip once, but they're gone in like 2 days. It doesn't hurt. They're not painful, and you can usually cover it with any sort of lipstick. It doesn't necessarily need to be a dark lipstick, but you can do that. There was even a time where I was just covering with gloss and you couldn't even see it. And the swelling goes down in a few days. I should be back to normal and not feel this in about 2 more days. Again, that varies depending on your body, which is how a lot of this goes. And you guys are going to see that when Dr. Rivkin is talking, is that a lot of the side effects and, you know, results and things that happen are very dependent on you yourself. It's not really a set, you know, sort of thing that happens to everyone. So, pain level. So, when you go in, they numb you with a topical for 20 minutes, and honestly, with that, I don't feel a thing. But then they have you ice afterwards, so you definitely don't feel anything. I've also gone in for touch-ups before and, you know, put topical on for 5 minutes, no ice. There was a time I went in and just iced and did it. It just depends on your pain tolerance, honestly. The way I describe it is it feels like if you have really chapped lips, and I don't know if anyone does this. I have like when I'm anxious or anything else like that, or stressed, I will like, this sounds so gross, I will like pick the skin on my lips when they're dry with my teeth. And if anyone's ever done that, when you get like a piece, this is so gross. When you get a piece that's like like it pulls too much, and it's like it like burns for a second. That's basically what it feels like. Do your lips feel any less soft? Can you feel the product, and can it move outside of your lips? As far as I know, unless you're like cutting deep into your lip, because again, I said I can feel the swelling like all the way down here. I still don't think that the product can move or, you know, leak out. I've never heard of that happening. I forgot to ask Dr. Rivkin that one thing, but I don't think that happens. Can you feel the product? No. Right now, I can feel it because I'm still swollen, but after that, it's completely gone. Your lips are still very soft, and my lips feel the same. It's just a little concerning, I guess, if you're a first-timer getting your lips done, and it's been like 4 days and you can still feel the product. It's a little scary, but when the swelling goes down and everything's back to normal, I personally don't feel the product at all. They just feel like my normal lips. They're just bigger. My lips are very much the exact same, and Dr. Rivkin also talks about how that can vary depending on the product that you inject, which I thought was really interesting. I didn't know that. Healing process, again, it's just a few days if you bruise and swelling, and that's really it. That's really the healing process. Since they're expensive, are they worth it? I'm going to use this one as a segue into a tips on finding credible places question, just because that kind of plays into the whole price point. Me personally, and again, like me and Dr. Riv can talk about that in the video later on, but it's really, really, really important to do your research. It's really easy to, see someone doing lip injections and, know a certain price point. If you know a certain price point, it makes it very hard to find someone credible because you're looking for something cheaper, and if you think that they do a decent job, then that might not always be the case. I know that lip injections in LA all cost about the same. Ballpark, it depends on where you go, what area you're in, but I'm pretty sure it ranges from like $400 to $650. But again, the price point doesn't make a difference really, because if you're doing lip injection, you shouldn't be going for the cheapest option. You should be going for the most credible, most trustworthy place. You should be going to a doctor who has a ton of before and afters, even like live videos of him doing things, reading reviews. Like, it's so important, and if you're more concerned about the price, then maybe they're not for you, just because sometimes someone will charge less money to get more clients and not do that great of a job. So it's really important to do your research, and I do think that since they're expensive, they are worth it, especially because I had no lips at all. I'll try and insert a picture if I can find one. And now, they look like this, and I love them. So, can you feel the product being injected? Yes. I mean, I personally can. I don't think it's uncomfortable or painful. It's just a little weird because your lips are already numb, so you can't really feel it, but you can feel it, if that makes sense. So it's a really interesting feeling. I know that some people might not like that feeling, but I mean, I don't mind it. So yeah, you can feel it going in, and like I can again feel where the product is. I didn't get a lot when I went yesterday because I honestly didn't need it, but yeah. Finally, downtime and aftercare, and if there's any preparation before getting injections. The downtime, there is none, aside from, again, bruising and swelling. It's never really uncomfortable unless I assume if you're very sensitive, it might be a little uncomfortable, but even still, it's not bad. There's no downtime. Aftercare, sometimes they'll give you Arnicare, I think that's what it's called, just, for the swelling and bruising. And preparation before injections, honestly, I would make sure that if you're doing lip injections, that your lips are moisturized. Not that it matters. I don't think it really matters. Make sure you're hydrated, and avoid drinking the night before because alcohol thins your blood. So it'll help, you bleed less, and also you really shouldn't drink 24 hours after getting injections, but it's just suggested. I don't really think you have to not drink. I mean, I've definitely, gone out the night after getting my lips done. So those are pretty much the main things. But yeah, I'm going to just roll the footage of Dr. Rivkin. And thanks for watching, guys.
I've heard about a list. Oh my god. So yeah, I think a little bit. Let's do that. Let's do a little bit in the bottom. Let's do that. Hang on one second.
Okay. I can't feel it though. I don't even know if it's working. I can't feel it. Ideally, if you could not get my side profile, that would be amazing. Like, you can, but if you couldn't, it would be great. I think the main one that I got asked was, can you go in with like an ideal lip shape, and then can that be created, or do you kind of just have to generally follow your natural lip?
Yes and no. It's a lot easier to augment your natural lip shape, so to make your lips more of what they are now. But it is possible to add, like for example, somebody who has a real flat lip and doesn't have much of a cupid's bow, you can add a cupid's bow and create one. Somebody who doesn't have much of the filtral columns, these columns that are up here, you can add a little bit and create some of that stuff. Somebody who's like thin on the sides and you want to kind of roll it up a little bit, you can do that a little bit. It's just radical departures of shape, really hard. Everybody has a certain anatomy to their lips, and lips kind of want to stay within that anatomy. But you can shift it a little bit, but not transform.
Yeah, that was the main thing, because people were asking if doctors have like reference photos, or if you can bring them in, and I was like, I don't really think that you can just show someone's lips, and I could be like, make me implant and delete. But
I can kind of, and when people do that with me, I sort of say, okay, well, we can move in that direction.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get that. But we can move in that direction. And that's, and that's usually, for most people, that's okay. Because if you try too hard, then you start getting, you get into a fake result, and something that looks clearly augmented and clearly done, that's just not good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I've always had jupiter, but how does someone decide which product is right for them? Is there
There's a lot.
4?
There's a ton. These days there's like 6 or 7 products that you could put in your lips.
Okay.
I don't know, duration is one thing. So some products last a little bit longer. Stiffness is another thing. Like Juvederm is very, very soft, and that's actually really good for the lips. Some people have really small lips and they want to get maximal augmentation, and then I want to take something that's a little bit firmer, but still feels nice and soft, but it's a little firmer. So maybe I might use something a little bit different. So there's that. Refine is nice that way. Okay. Or velour is also nice from that standpoint. So Refine is a little bit more firm and lasts a little bit longer. Velour is actually still soft, but also has a little bit of a longer duration. So it depends on which direction. If you want something that lasts a little bit longer and is a little firmer, then you go with something like Refine. If you want something that lasts a little bit longer, but it's still very, very soft, you go in the direction of velour. So it just depends on, let's say somebody comes in and says, I want to augment my lips, but I really don't want to have swelling, and I have like this thing that I'm going to the next day. Then I make a different choice of filler called Versa, and that should swell less than some of the others. So we kind of, work with the variables the person presents with.
Can you get lip injections, but to even out any type of creases or wrinkles in your lips without
augmenting?
Yeah.
Right, and that's a super good question. Yes, but it's not easy. There's a product specifically for that called Rubella, and it's a good product. It's super, super liquidy, and it doesn't augment very much, but it smooths. So to a degree, you can get nice smoothness. Can you get it for the lines to completely disappear? Probably not, but it'll help. So that's the only thing that I've seen. That's pretty much what I've seen that helps. Well, some of the other products, if they inject it if you inject it carefully and not too much, and really superficially, they can smooth as well. Rubella does a really good job.
How much product would be needed for a noticeable difference? And I figure just compared to myself, I honestly have no idea how much is in my lips. Like, I don't think anybody has a clue.
Yeah.
So.
It all is so variable. Everybody's different. Some people, like, your lips naturally they're not that thin. They're pretty good.
I did not have a top lip at all. I asked
really?
if they had my first photos because it was just, there was nothing there.
So it lasts really long with you. So
my nose never completely dissolved. Like, I don't know if you can see it. Like, my bump isn't even
nice.
completely gone.
Good.
So.
And and this is the interesting thing about doing this stuff, is that you never know.
Yeah.
Some people, things really last a long time, and some people not quite as long. But and then some people need some people need more in their lips, some people need less. And it just all depends on anatomy and physiology and the person's kind of system. And so how that plays in depends. But I always think less is more, natural.
And that was the first thing you told me.
And it's just like, I don't want anybody coming out of here like where they come and leave into the room with their lips.
Yeah.
So I think that's important.
When you have like new patients, do you do a consult and then a separate appointment, or do you do it all at once?
No, we can do it all at once because these injections, they don't take that long. And I've done
15 minutes.
Yeah, and I've done a lot, so I got pretty quick with it. So it's not, I don't need to like have the person come back.
Yeah.
The lips, of all the areas that I do, the lips and the eyes, well, the nose to some degree, but that's kind of planned out. But the lips and the eyes are the areas where people call and they're like, yeah, you know, it looked really good, but then when the swelling came down, there's this little area that if we could just touch up, and that's fine. I think that's like, I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that the person has the best results possible. So, and that's common. It's, and you never, because again, it's physiology. It's how the product interacts with your body. And yeah, and that's, I'm always open to that. And everybody, they should be, because it's your work. You know, you want to have your work really good.
Yeah. If I guess any type of injections in general, do they stretch out your skin? Like, if they were to completely dissolve, or say you got them dissolved, like, are you going to be able to tell, like, oh, she had
some
injection?
Not really. Not. It depends. Okay, so no. In general, no. And there's there's concern about that. People ask me about that all the time. So generally not, unless you do a lot of injections, over a long period of time. So people who really blow their cheeks out a lot, and they stay that way for a long time, and it's just, I think that's can be problematic. But for the most part, when you do injections, it actually stimulates collagen formation. And so, and when you bring it down, the skin usually rebounds nicely. So it's all kind of, it's again, it's a relative thing, but I think, again, if you do it in a way that's not too much, where things look natural, you don't have that kind of issue later on down the line, where people who have really overdone it, they have changes to their skin. Because physicians do talk about that, where they see some patients who have had changes. But I think a lot of that is with people who have really overdone it over a long period of time. You know? And that's kind of like, and it's kind of like, how do you, like, one of the questions that I think is interesting also is, how do you choose a doctor, right?
Yeah.
I think people need to, there's no shortcuts. I think people need to do their research. So
And
people
that's
say,
the number one answer I've given anyone when they, contact me and they're like, where do you get your lips done?
Yeah.
How did you choose him? Like, how did you do it? And I was doing research for months. And then luckily Jasmine was like, I know this guy. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But I still looked into you, like, extensively before I did anything.
Right.
But I feel like people just, they see an Instagram that may come up on their page and they're like, I'm going there. And don't, look into the page, look into, like, the actual people injecting.
right. Because it's just, I mean, Instagram is really powerful these days, and people still need, it's not enough. People need to do their research. What's the reputation of the person? Look on, I hate to say it, but look on Yelp. Look on what's their befores and afters like? What is their, and even when you come in, what's their office look like? What's the vibe you get from everything? Because it's just, it's your face, It's so important. So I think there's no shortcuts. I wish there was a shortcut. There's no shortcut.
Yeah, I'm happy that there is, because that's scary. Like, I would.
You know what I'm really glad about is I'm glad that people are finally more comfortable talking about this stuff, because then friends can tell friends, hey, I've actually had this. I've actually gone to this person. Don't go there, or don't go. Oh, do go here. I think the more people talk about it, the better it is for everybody.
Yeah.
So.
You really forgot how numb your lips get when you use this stuff. Like, I really did forget.
No? You're good? All right. Good. And it's just, we just want top lip to be a little bit smaller than the bottom lip. That we're going to do 1/3 to 2/3 kind of proportions.
Do you see the lines in the middle of? Have I always had those? I don't even know if I always had those. I don't know if it's just.
It's not too bad though. It's just it's just a thing.
They're a little weird though.
Take a look, but it should improve it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ice for a second. You're a soldier. This is like the most.
I felt the
painful
left
area
one,
in the
but I wasn't
face.
icing on that side.
Good. You're done.
Really?
Yeah, it looks really
Alright.
good. Hold it here.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that last one was brutal, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big baby and it's all an act, I swear.
You're good.
It's all an act.
Yeah, I found your phone.
I think it looks good. Not too much, but just a little bit of a tweak to make it really nice.
I guarantee you don't want to touch up and do it. I need all of it. I don't know what it is. Like, I know that my lips aren't much smaller than they usually are, but for some reason it's like not doing it for me anymore, which I hate. I hate that.
I'm going to keep you. I'm going to keep you under control. I'm not going to put in too much. So that's my job.
I don't know what it is. I really don't. But
Keep you natural. Don't worry.